It's finally time to kick off the 2024 IFSC season, all leading up to Paris for the Olympics. But it starts here in Keqiao at the Yangshan bouldering area, and this place is massive. The whole place is over 18,000 square meters, and the stadium over 8,000 is space for 720 people to watch the climbing. Down behind me is the boulder wall, and there's also a lead and speed wall, but of course that won't be in action for this World Cup. Let me show you some more. This place tries to combine an urban environment with nature. As you can see, they've done it pretty well. The stadium structure itself has this honeycomb design, so it lets in the outside air. It's surrounded by water. On one side there's building, but on the other there's rocks. This place used to be a quarry, and although apparently there isn't climbing here yet, I'm hoping, fingers crossed, when we come back next year, there will be. Okay, so that's the outside area. Let's go and have a closer look at the climbing itself. Of course, every good stadium needs a good warm-up area, and this is it. And it's cool, there's a big old bouldering wall, well, two actually, a speed wall and a lead wall. And this area will also act as the isolation zone. So today the athletes are warming up, but tomorrow, well, they'll be in here waiting nervously for their time out on the mats, which is just around the corner. Well, no one's in the stadium right now, but trust me, they will be for the semi-finals and finals. But now it's quali time, so let's find out who's made it through. As always, it's a savage cut as we look to lose all but the top 20 athletes. There were two groups spread across the wall and 5 climbs per group. Scoring was high, with Niho Nanaka one of 3 women to flash all 5 boulders. The Japanese star with a new red and green hairstyle and in a powerful mood. So as we get underway for the qualifying, there's a few things to consider. Number one is the weather. It is pouring with rain and things are pretty humid here in the stadium, but there is a roof and all the athletes are competing under the same conditions. The second thing to think about is the Olympics itself, and it's a bit of a strange situation this year. Usually by the first World Cup, everyone has peaked at the same level. They're at premium fitness ready for the season, but this year it's different. Some athletes are using China as a sort of a tester, working out how to deal with jet lag and the food in preparation for the OQS in a month and a half's time. So when you're watching the athletes, remember everyone is at different stages of their preparation for the Olympics. Worth bearing in mind if your favourite is looking a little bit under the weather. Yanya Gambra has already qualified for the Olympics at the World Champs last year. For her, China is a chance to test her fitness. With 5 flashes out of 5, we can assume it's pretty good. Oceana Mackenzie qualified for the Olympics at the Oceana qualifier last year. She'll want to win here though and get her season off to a good start. And with 5 flashes, don't bet against her. On the other end of the scale, Switzerland's Sophia Yokoyama didn't make the cut. Just missing out on Olympic qualification last year in Laval was Keqiao, and her season's focus is now the OQS.
Yeah, it was way more intense in the winter, because usually in winter you focus more on just power and bouldering, but this time it was really shared focus with the endurance. And there was a period of like a month or 2 where the endurance really suffered. Even though I trained lead and endurance circuits, it was still not improving because the focus was on power as well. So this trade-off was really tough to deal with, and not just with me. I've spoken to a bunch of people who are preparing for the OQS, like, I don't know, Alex Megos also had like a similar period, Christoph Hanke I think as well, and quite a few athletes who were doing both, and we met in Innsbruck. We're like, we can't do anything in the lead wall, it just doesn't work. But now I've put more focus on lead the last couple of weeks, so maybe there's a price to be paid in bouldering, I don't know, but it's hard. That's all I can say. It's really tough. It's like playing 2 sports, you know, your brain is just confused. After 2 days of lead climbing, I just thought, I don't think I can do a slab now. Like, I don't think I would know how to move in a slab anymore. It's really weird.
Jessica Pilz from Austria was one of the first out onto the mats and looked focused and in control.
I don't feel in my best shape yet. I still have a few months to go, and it's just for preparation to get in comp mode and see how training is going.
Time for the results and the 20 best women on the day and who's made it through. Unfortunately, the weather has got worse and the last two boulders are wet. That means we've had to cancel the men's qualifications. So on Wednesday, all of the men will be pre-qualified for the semi-finals, and then in the evening we're going to have a massive 20-athlete men's final. Those 20 athletes going for just 3 podium places. So don't worry, loads of IFSC action to come. I'll see you tomorrow. Goodbye, everyone.